everyone, welcome to Emily Time 2. So today we're going to be telling you all the drama from 6th grade all the way to 9th grade. And everything in between, all the tears, all the arguments, all the beef, all the drama, everything. We're going to tell you from orientation till 9th grade to right now where we stand. Facts. So by the way, we have two disclaimers. One disclaimer is that all the names that we do say that are the actual names, we did contact these people, and all the pictures that we show, they're all fine with it. If we didn't show your picture, it's because they did not respond, and I don't know. So it's whatever.
But first, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna say like orientation, then first day of school, then how the group came together,
and then we're gonna tell you all the tea and everything on that. So we're always gonna tell you who's in what class, and we're just gonna say everything. So sit down, relax, grab your talkies, your chips, your tea,
your coffee, your.
Okay.
So we're gonna start from orientation.
Yeah, you can go.
So my orientation, basically, I'm just gonna sum it up really quick. So my orientation was, we both went to the same orientation, but we're just gonna say ours first. So basically, orientation is where you go to your school. It's for new kids, where you go to your school and they show you around school and like you meet other new kids. So basically, I met a couple people here. I met Emily, Kylie, this kid named Nico, and Jessica.
Nico is the name.
Yeah, and so is Jessica. So basically, I met them. Nico was cool vibes. We were separated into groups, and Nico was in my group. And basically, he was cool vibes, like cool people. Like I knew I wanted to be friends with him. And then at the end of orientation, I seen Meredith, and she was like, I knew Meredith from before because the old school that I went to, there was this girl named Maisa. I'm pretty sure she's okay with me saying her name. If she's not, then I'll just leave it out. At my old school, it was me, Maisa, and then Maisa used to go to this daycare that Meredith went to. So Meredith was on the bus, and like they would come pick Maisa up from my school, and she would see me. She was like, oh, you know Maisa, da da da. I was like, yeah, how you know her? And she was just telling me all this stuff. She's like, oh, can I have your cake? And I was like, I just felt so weird. I was like, I don't even know you. I was like making up excuses. I was like, I don't even know my cake, like yada yada yada. She's like, oh, just open your phone, like I could just write it really down or like memorize mine. And I was like, okay. And then basically that's how orientation went for me.
Orientation for me, nothing. Me and Kylie. Kylie was my best friend from 4th through 5th grade. We went to another school, and then we came to Lincoln together. And yeah, so then we were all together. So basically, everybody that came to orientation, we were all together. And then they ended up saying like names and whatever, and like each other's names. And then she said her name, but I wasn't listening because I was just nervous. And because they were like, oh, say your name and like your favorite pet. And I'm like, I was like, oh, should I say an elephant? Do people think I'm weird? Like, what am I gonna do? Yeah. So I was just thinking, and Kylie was paying attention. Kylie was like, oh my god, her name is Emily.
It doesn't matter what. Oh my god.
By the way, we're like drained from telling these stories. This is our 4th time.
Oh my god.
Filming this video. Okay, anyway, so Kylie was like, yeah, like her name's Emily, and I was like, what, really? And so then Kylie went up to her, she was like, oh, your name's Emily, right? And then, yeah, basically that's the first time I saw Emily.
So fast forward to fast forward to the first day of school. So the first day of school, everyone was in different classes. So in class 1 was me, Nico, and Jessica, and Kylie. Class 2 was me and Marilys. Class 3 was nobody that we knew of. So first day of school came, and like everybody was getting along. We had to go over these like a whole bunch of rules and stuff. Me and Nico were like vibing, like it was all cool, and Jessica and me like started getting to know each other and stuff like that. And then me and Kylie, like we were never really close. Like I don't know, like I just never really like got close.
So my first day of school, me and Kylie got off the bus, and I was like, we already knew that we were in the same class. Yeah. So yeah, and then we went up like the ring thing, and then me and Kylie like said a goodbye to me. So anyways, yeah, I walk in, and I see a whole group of kids like laughing or whatever. Like, you know, on the first day of school, everybody's nervous. You're not gonna be laughing and making jokes or whatever. So I was like, alright, they already knew each other for a long time.
Because our school is like a charter school, we all like grew up together and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then I seen a group of just like boys, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be the only girl there. They weren't even cute. If they were cute, I would have been like, oh,
girl,
can I get a pencil? But no, they weren't. So I just sat with Marylis, and yeah, I saw Marylis. I was like, oh, she looks very calm. So I just sat with Marylis, basically.
So fast forward like a week or like a couple days, changes were being made to our schedules, basically. And I ended up switching to her class, and so were like a couple other people. And I remember being so mad because like I really wanted Nico to be my friend. Like I really wanted to be friends with him. And me and Jessica were like just getting really close. So then I had to switch, and when I switched, there was like these 3 tables, like she said, and there was like the weird boys, the kids who knew each other, and then her and Marylis. And I was like, oh, I want to sit with them. And I was like, please let me sit with them, please let me sit with them in my head. And then the teacher's like, oh, sit with the boys. And we were making these dumb like board games about rules and stuff, and like their poster was so messed up, and I was just like, oh my god, like why would she put me here? But then
we need to talk about how we all became friends. What? How we all became friends. How we all became in a group.
Okay.
So me and Kylie stopped becoming best friends for a certain reason, and we're going to tell you that reason later. But
explain like how we all came together.
So basically, already I was following Marylis, so me and Marylis was already 2. Then Marylis was following Emily, so then that became 3. Emily I was best friends with Jessica, so I brought Jessica into the group, so that's 4. And then I found a new best friend, and her name was,
we're just gonna say Maddie.
Oh, she won't hear it. Her name was Maddie.
That's her real name.
Yeah, her real name, Maddie. And then Maddie brought long hair, and then long hair. So then it was 6.
It was 6 of us. And so basically in between that, there's like little groups and stuff, because like obviously like it's like pairs of best friends basically.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna talk about
the biggest drama in 6th grade. So grab your cups,
sip that tea, get your chips, whatever you want to eat.
Ooh.
And be ready. I didn't even know her. Be ready for this ride. Me and Jessica were best friends. So basically the problem was with Jessica and this girl named Gigi. That's not her real name. So since me and Jessica were best friends, she was telling me all the tea, she's putting me on, yada yada yada. And I got involved because Gigi brung in her cousin, so Jessica brung in me. And you know me, I had 2 other friends. I was putting Marylis on, and then Marylis came in, and then Emily came in, and it was just like this whole big,
because all for one and one for all. We can't let a girl go alone.
At first it was like 2 big groups, and then like after the problem came like really big, and then the principal got involved, and the council, and like all the teachers, like everything started to feel down, because we were like, damn, like that's OD.
Yeah, it wasn't even that serious in the first place.
Yeah, it was over like petty childish stuff. So then that's when the groups formed,
basically. So the cafeteria was divided by 3 girls, like 3 girl groups. Our group, which was obviously us 6, which we mentioned. Their group, which was all the other girls.
It was so many.
Her friends from like years before everyone. And then there was like the choir
12.
Girls. Yeah.
So like 6, 12, and then like 10.
Every other girl.
Yeah. So basically those were the 3 groups in our 6th grade year. So then after that whole tension calmed down, like we never spoke to those girls ever. And then there was this boy that I liked or had a crush on, and we started dating. And then this is kind of like beef between me and Jessica. So I started liking this boy, and then we were like dating, I guess, for like a month. And then she started to like him, and it was like this whole thing with me and her. And then we just like stopped being friends, I guess, for like a couple days. And then we became best friends again. So me and DQ started dating, but like there's nothing. Okay, whatever. Me and DQ started dating instantly, and this whole thing, there was like so much thing. We dated like the whole year, like on and off, da da da. And then the summer came around, and me and DQ, like we were like mad close. We still are close, but like we were like mad close. But it was nothing like it was no like flirty stuff, like exes, like we were just done. Like it was nothing like more than that.
Yeah.
And then Jessica started to like him, and DQ was telling me like, oh, Jessica was DMing me while we were together, yada yada yada. And Lola was over at my house.
Lola, which is
she's my cousin. So Lola was like, why are you still friends with her? Like, that's mad fake. And they were both in my ear hyping me up. So I just cut her off. Fast forward to 7th grade.
So basically, the first day of school, Emily, we were never really close, like in 6th grade. Like, yeah, we were friends, but like school friends. So
yeah,
it wasn't like, oh, the summer, let's go this place, that place.
Yeah.
So then, so anyways, first day of school, so it was just me, her, and Marilyn, and she puts me on about like the drama situation, and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't really have a problem.
Yeah, I wasn't really forcing them to like stop talking because I didn't really care. Because after the summer, it was like the tension was gone, like the beef was like squashed, I guess, and then like it was just gone. So I wasn't expecting her and Marilyn to stop talking to her.
Yeah, so then we knew, and then I'm gonna tell her Marilyn's part. So then Marilyn stopped being friends with Jessica because Jessica would be like, oh, aren't you gonna go with your friend Emily like in the morning?
Like being petty.
Yeah, being petty, and then Marilyn did not like it. She was like, all right, I'm gonna go with my best friend Emily then, and then they stopped being friends. Me, I never really like had a problem with her, like whatever. We just had this whole argument, like it was about boy stuff and miscommunication stuff was said, and then I was just like, yeah, we're not friends with you anymore. So then now it went from a group of 6 to a group of 5. So it was me, Marilyn, Emily,
long hair,
Mari and long hair. Okay, anyway, then a brother and sister come, which is Daquan and the sister. We're just gonna call her sister because we don't want anything else to happen. So basically, then Marilyn started being very close with the sister, and then I'm gonna just say Marilyn started being very close with the sister, and she brought us to the group. And then with her brother Daquan, all the girls had a crush on him. Like I didn't really see it. I'm sorry, Daquan. Like you were okay. All the girls like from 8th grade were like,
you said that so aggressive.
I know. All the girls were 8th grade like, oh my god, you did that, oh boy, like, and then he was already mad that he got switched classes.
So okay, so let's explain the classes before we explain how he switched. So the classes was, first class was my class. It was me, Daquan, and this boy named Nico, and then Jessica. And then in the other class was Mari, Marilyn, long hair, and the sister. And then your class was who?
It was just me and DQ, basically.
Really? DQ's in your class?
No.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, he was in Maryland.
Yeah, he was.
I was by myself.
Yeah.
Nobody was in my class. I was with all the girls from the problem of last year.
Yikes. Good thing you didn't switch up.
Okay. How do you switch up?
Okay. So the first day that Daquan came, he was in my class with like I said, and then we like became mad close. We were like already best friends the first day that he came. I don't know. We became best friends, and then he got switched over to Emily's class, and then
yeah. So then let me tell you a quick story of when he came to my class. So it was so funny because he was mad, so then he wanted to take it out on everybody else. So then he was sitting behind me, and the teacher was explaining, oh, if you do something bad, ISS. So I didn't know, because in my old school, they never used ISS, so I didn't know he knew that. So I turned around, and I was like, oh, you know what ISS is? He's like, yeah, I know what ISS is. And I'm like, okay. Like, alright. Yeah, so basically that's it. So now let's go to the lunchroom. Basically, Marilyn's brought in the sisters to the lunchroom. Now let me tell you a little tea. I come from a family that we just get a vibe, like our hair start going up when we don't feel that you are like in the right place. So when she came, didn't really like it. Turn that off because I felt the air and I'm sweating.
Really?
Yes, I'm like, get turntable. I don't really get a good vibe off of her. And then she would tell stories. Like she would tell stories of her jumping off the roof. You're not putting that in, bro. All I had to say is if you knew who she was, I don't think that shorty ever played a sport. I don't think she ever held them all.
Oh my god, bro. Yo, I'm crying.
So yeah, so she would say, oh, this and that.
She got chased by the cops.
A hole in the car. Girl, you can't even walk. I never believed it. And then her and Marilyn will hype it up, and the girl would keep on adding. I was just, yo, you didn't notice that? I would sit there and I'm like, yo.
Oh so my god.
basically the tables was Marilyn, the sister, and Jessica, and then it was Emily, me, and Emily. Alright, anyways, yeah. So me and Mari would just be like in our own separate like thing, cause I would like at one point I got tired of the Dane stories, and like if they were hype, they would be like, oh my god, really? She was like,
really? Okay.
Yeah, and then but it was a dream. But then in real life it happened too, and then we ended up in Dorney Park because we got kidnapped by a cop.
Yeah, she would just basically like gas up the stories, and me and Mary used to be like, oh, for real, cause we didn't want to, cause we don't want to be like, okay, like. And we were like cool with her, so we were like, oh really? We was just hyping it up.
I never really liked her.
Yeah, basically and then also that year, Emily like distanced herself because she was getting a bad vibe from her, and me and Meredith were like, oh, you're like crazy, like what are you talking about? Like she's cool, yada yada yada. And so basically she just distanced herself, and we were also cool, but like we just didn't talk. Oh yeah. Okay, so me and everybody knows this. So me and Daquan started. So that whole year we were best friends, right? And like towards the end we started like messing around, and then we got together. Oh yeah. So me and him got together, and then me and his sister were like became mad close, because like wherever he went, she went, and we like became mad close. And she would always be like, oh, like you're gonna be my best friend, yada yada yada. And the funny thing was that like she would say that, and like she had a whole best friend at the time, and she would like talk crap about her best friend to me. So I was like, okay, so if she's talking crap about her best friend to me, what is she saying about me to her best friend? Okay, so basically me and her just started being close because of me and Daquan.
So now we're gonna tell you how the sister left the group, like why she left.
And there was like a whole nother issue.
Yeah, it was another issue.
So long hair and like ended up leaving, but so I'm gonna explain long hair's part. She's gonna explain the sisters part. So basically, so in 7th grade, me and Nico, since Daquan had left, sorry if we're like jumping back and forth, but since Daquan had left, I started getting like even more closer to Nico. So me and him were like mad close. We were like best friends, like close, right? And him and the sister had something like going on, like they were messing or whatever. And then like since we were so close, he would like tell me everything that was going on, like all the tea, like all of that. And then
yeah, basically there was a rumor, and we're not gonna say the rumor, but because it's like very private. So it was private. So honestly, it's her fault and the girl's fault, because okay, if I have a private, something very private, I would not even tell anyone. But she decided to tell long hair, and she wasn't even that close with long hair. Like her and long hair would just joke around and whatever. So she decided to tell long hair, and long hair, long hair had this other group of. She was like half and forth between us and like the other quiet girls, and we never had a problem with it because we were like yeah, she was always the odd one out. So basically, long hair would hop back and forth. And so the sister told long hair, and long hair told her other friends, and then everybody just knew. It was just like an issue. Yeah. So we decided to take it into our own hands and cut long hair off.
And we were so so brainwashed. We were like, oh my god, like how could you do that? Like that's so fake of you. Like bye, like da da da, you're fake. Basically like coming at her and not letting her say anything back, because we were so brainwashed under this girl. And then so long hair ended up leaving, and the sister ended up staying.
Now we're gonna go. So I went to DR in 7th grade. I went to DR, and then I came back, and my best friend at the time, Madi, left. So yeah, she left, and then that's when I wasn't like, I'm not gonna say I was like by myself. So I was just like there, like yeah, I wasn't really like interacting. Don't feel bad, okay. Yeah, because I wasn't really interacting or like entertaining whatever the sister was doing. Like,
so Daquan basically sat at our table, and we were like all really close.
Yeah. So then Daquan would tell us, yo, you know the story she be saying wasn't true. And I was like, finally somebody believed me, because nobody wanted to believe me.
So basically that was the sum up of 7th grade.
So yeah, he would, yeah. Now let's go to 8th grade. 8th grade was the saddest year of our life. Like, it was so many boy drama and whatever. Basically in 8th, okay. So then her and, now let's think about
in 7th grade, Jessica was in my class in 7th grade, and we became mutual friends. Like, we became friends again, basically. Then fast forward to 8th grade year.
Okay. Then in 8th grade year, it was a class. My class was DQ, Daquan, Marilyn,
And my class was Nico and no, he wasn't even my class. My class was just me in 8th grade. And then in the other class was Nico, and then there was this whole issue, and because me and Nicole started dating, and then like since me and Nico were so close, it was like suspicious, so then I just like stopped talking to Nico.
Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about like my situation. So basically I would just, I don't know, like Marilyn and Jessica got really close, and I didn't really care. Like, okay, like I've been chasing Marilyn for so long, and it's like after one point you get tired. Yeah. So basically they became best friends, and then they would like leave me out. Like, okay, I know when people leave me out and like don't want me, but then sometimes it gets too far. So like
I would be dragged.
Yeah, I just started getting, after a while I just started getting close with Daquan and DQ. Like it would just be Daquan, DQ, and me, like basically, because I had nobody else to like talk to in that class, because them two will be together. Then this was like the last straw. Like this, Emily, and I would tell Emily, like we would have like table conversation, and it wasn't just me. Like the boys will see it too, and they will be like, yo, y'all need to like chill out. It started with little stuff like, oh, not laughing at my jokes, and then they will be like, it's not even funny. Like, alright, come on, guys. So then I would just be alone some days. Like some days I will be good, and some days I won't. And like honestly, that just like killed me inside. Like, yeah. So now I'm going to tell you the last straw I had, and like it was just after that, like I never seen them the same.
Yeah, these times, like while this was more like towards the end of 8th grade year. That's when like softball season was, and me and Emily. That's when me and Emily started getting like really close.
Really close, cause she will be the only one defending me, and her and Daquan would like be Daquan would tell her too, and then she would get mad.
Yeah, and then we would also like, since I would go to her house because like we would have practice together, and we played for this other school, so we had to leave our school early to play for this other school in softball. And then like,
I would just tell her.
We would just have these long talks, and like it would just be this whole like issue.
Yeah. So basically the table thing. So there was a table. It was like two desks facing each other. So it was like a table of 4. And then so I was gonna like use the desk next to me, because it was closed. And then sit here.
Basically the desk go like this. Let's say me and Emily had a desk. So it's a desk here, and then 2 desks facing us.
Yeah. So there was an empty desk right here, so I was like, let me just put my butt back here so I can sit here. And then Meredith decides to like grab her book bag and like just throw it on like that desk. Yeah, where my stuff is. And she's like, I was gonna use that desk. And then they start laughing. And then I just get so heated and mad. I like that day, I don't know if like I was having a bad day or any, like I don't remember. I make a scene, like the teacher stops teaching. Like I grab my desk and I face it this way, like, and I was like, I like, and you know those desks be like, so like, so basically, after the chair thing happened, like I was kind of upset, and like I never really saw them the same. So then we had like a table meeting, and Daquan will help us with it actually, and he would like tell them like, oh, like you guys would be so mean to her, like sometimes it gets out of hand. Like,
basically he would be our counsel.
Yeah, and then we just had like a team meeting and stuff like that. Like a table meeting.
Yeah.
Then another incident happened, but it was just me and Marilyn. So we're all cool now and friends now, so it's whatever. Cool. So basically what happened was we were so it was 2 desks like this. So it was like me and Emily, and then she grabbed something and threw it at me, and I was like, can you as simple as possible.
She was already having a bad day, like stuff was already going on.
Yeah. So as simple as possible, I was like, can you not throw stuff at me, because I don't want you to throw stuff at me. And then she was like, I didn't throw anything at you. And I was like, Meredith, you clearly threw something at me because I saw it fall and hit my leg. Can you not throw it? She's like, I didn't grab anything. I didn't throw. And I was like, so why would you make the motion to throw something at me if you didn't throw? So basically we just went back and forth. And then the teacher was like, Marilyn, stop. And then obviously we go up and up and up and up. And then, no, wait. At this point I was telling myself in my head, I'm not taking it anymore. Like if we're really, I was like, if we have to fist fight, we're gonna have to fist fight. Like I was just so over it.
Let me give you a little background on Marilyn. She's the stubbornest person you will ever meet, and it's not even like.
And I was determined to win that damn battle.
Yeah, it's like it was like she would not stop until she's the last person to say something. Like she'll go back and forth with the teacher, with Emily. Like it doesn't matter who it is, she will not stop. And basically that's what happened that day.
Yeah, no wait, there's more to it. So then the teacher was telling Mirla stop. She wasn't really telling me because I'm the quiet good girl. Like no teacher would expect that from me, but I was just so heated. Like I was just like, okay, no. So the teacher was like, telling Mirla to move. Mirla's like, I'm not gonna move. Why can't she move? So I decided. The teacher was like, Emily, move. So I will move. And Mirla kept on going. Like she kept on talking, and I heard her say like this curse word. So I turned, and I was like, so you're gonna keep on going? And she's like, nobody said anything to you. Turn around. So honestly, I just wanted to fight. And when I want to fight, I cry because I want to stop myself because I don't want all these teachers
That's
to
because
like,
they've been friends for so long.
Yeah, and then it was like, I'm not going to ruin it over like this dumb thing. Because obviously,
So basically, fast forward to summer. The whole year, me and Nicole were good. We were good. Fast forward to summer with you. Oh, we have to talk about you.
So then this kid came, his name is Jeremiah. So basically this new kid came, and then basically he went from one girl to me. No, one girl to me, and then back to one girl. And then yeah, I don't know, I just always liked them.
Yeah, so after that, Jeremiah, his name is Jeremiah. So him and Daquan and Jeremiah became like best friends, or they were mad close, and so
like me.
Yeah, so it was the best friends and then them two best friends. So it was basically like all four of us. And we would always like be around each other, yada.
And both of us would be on and off. Like it would just be on and off, like liking them and on and off.
Yeah, it was just this whole issue with like all four of us.
Yeah, and then basically this was one big issue.
So bad. So in 8th grade, like me and Nicole were always like on and off. But like nobody really knew about it. We kept like our business on the low. So there was just one day. Our school is from first to 12th grade.
No, from kinder to 12th.
Yeah, from kindergarten to 12th grade. So this is like switching era. Like everybody's switching. And this like our building's right here, and our lunch building is over here. So it's like across campus, so it's outside. We're outside and everybody's switching. And me and him are going back and forth, like the top of our lungs. Like everybody heard, like literally everybody. And then lunch came around, and we were all like separated into our own section. And then how did you get him home? It was just Jeremiah there.
So then after lunch we had our special, and then in special like Jeremiah like decided to like say, oh yeah, like I don't know, like he was like, oh yeah, I never, like this is not working out, like I don't want us to like be anything at all. So I felt some type of way, and I was just upset. So then we go back to our homerooms, and at the end of the day, this was like towards the end of the year, so at the end of the day our teachers would take us all outside and we would just play. So then actually we were in the classroom at this time, and then Emily was talking to the security guard, and then I went outside and I was talking to the security guard, and then us two in a classroom were talking to the security guard.
And then Jeremiah walks out of his class and sees us, and I like said his name. I was like, oh, him right there. And then he was like, what about me? And then we like all went into a classroom and we were just talking about everything.
Yeah, and then funny thing. So we were like, I was so angry and mad at everything that like the teacher was the security guard was trying to like help us. And at one point, like I was just so angry. Like when I'm mad, I say some hurtful things. So I was like, that's why I never liked you. Like everything that happened with me and you, like it was nothing. It meant nothing to me. And then his face blinked. Like look at
his face was like boom. Like it was like boom.
This was like our first major argument, and then I didn't really care. I was like,
so then we walked out the bathroom, right? And then I was talking about Daquan, and Daquan was coming out the bathroom too. Like me, Emily, and Jeremiah were getting out the class, and then Daquan was coming out his class. Like we were in different classrooms, and he was coming out. And then I was like talking about him to the security guard. He was like, "What about me? You see, you're still going." Da, da, da. And then I was already so freaking overwhelmed. Daquan pushes the whole thing. I started crying, and everything just like came out. I was just so irritated.
And then me and her were in the bathroom literally falling.
Yeah, like we were like, oh my god, like we thought it was the end of the world. We were like freaking crying our eyes out.
Okay, anyways, they ended up being good, and
we ended up going back.
Yeah, and me and Jeremiah we ended up being good and cool. So then the summer came. I was living my life. I was in DR, you know. I was like getting it. Look, I have a big house in DR, and I will always make parties, like mini parties. Like, yo, there's gonna be a cookout in my house. Like, everybody, let's go. So So I would post, like, I was like, oh, there's mad people in my house, and I posted that. And we were just arguing, and then I was like, all right, whatever, we're done. Like, I'm not gonna stop my happiness to, like, please you. Ain't nobody got time for that. So yeah, we just ended things there, and we never spoke. We just never spoke after that.
Started school August 27th, August 28th, like around there, and it was like the beginning of August. And what's it called? So me and Jessica like started getting really close again, like rekindling our friendship or whatever it's called. We were like being mad close again. And basically we never invited Emily or Mary-Liz because one, Emily was either always in New York or like we just never thought to invite her. And then Mary-Liz, we just like she couldn't go out. And then so basically we were just always with her. And then Jessica's a person, like, she's kind of sensitive, so she was like, oh, like, I feel bad because they make her jealous, and like they probably think that we're not inviting them anywhere. And I'm like, I didn't really care, to be honest with you. Like, I was like, okay, like they're gonna be fine, like we never get time. I was basically telling her like, stop caring, like it doesn't matter. I was kind of bad on my part, but it was just like I didn't care.
She was like, oh, we shouldn't really care, like y'all shouldn't really care. So I felt like it was like aggressive and whatever. So then me and Mary-Liz were just like, oh, really? Like, we didn't really care. Like, I never felt no type of way because I'm like, all right, come on now. Like, you guys, yeah, could be friends. It's not like I'm going to stop Emily from doing whatever she wants to do. I didn't really care. But at the same time, I did feel some type of way that Jessica never invited me to her pool because she did have a pool and it was hot in the summer. No, and then Mary-Liz was going with the, oh, it's the thought that matters. Like... We're adding that in it. She would just be like, and I was just like, fuck, bro, I don't care. Funny. But that message was aggressive. That made everything tension. Okay, now let's go into school. Basically, ever since like last year, me and Jessica, I never really like, you know, hairs up. Never felt it. So then after, yeah, because after like the bullying situation happened with me, like I never like. So, yeah. So, okay, now let me tell you. If we're a group of friends, I'm the type of person. Emily, you explain the type of person.
So, Emily, okay, let me explain Jessica and then I'll explain Emily. So, Jessica is like a very like sensitive girl, and because her and Emily were never close, Emily
thought it was weird.
Yeah. So Emily is the type of person that, like, she'll make jokes, like I'll be like I make a stupid face and she'll be like, oh my god, like you're so ugly, like it'll just be dumb stuff like that. Or if I like if I go like this to Emily, she'll be like, oh my god, and be extra about it.
Yeah.
And since
because we're a group
of friends and we were all supposed to take it as a joke. And
so I would say it to Jessica, and Jessica will feel. I never said she was ugly or anything like that. Like the least I would do is like the least I would do is like if she like did this, I'll be like, dang girl, like that's the least I would do. Yeah. So one day we were at like this church thing, and church event, and she passed by, and then I was like, dang, Jessica, and then she just like,
basically,
after that we never like we stopped becoming friends.
She distanced herself. Basically, we all sat at the same. So basically, in high school we have a whole new cafeteria. And we're all a group of friends. Like her and Emily were never really like.
Yeah, and then her and Mary-Liz obviously were best friends, but then they stopped becoming best friends.
It was just this whole issue, bro. It was probably my fault because I was like hyping her up. I was like, oh, like if y'all not like cool like that, then just don't like. Why would you like sit there and be friends with somebody who like you don't? Not that she didn't want to be, but it was just like not the vibe wasn't there.
Yeah, so
I was just like, just do it already.
Yeah, so then it was me and Mary-Liz and me were not friends with her, and then she just left the group.
It was over like a really long time. Like she just got tired of it. She just left the group. Like she just left our table, and we were just like, okay. And like she left the group chats, like everything. She just left. So now going to me and Daquan. So in the beginning of the year, Shad came. My best friend.
Oh yeah, and the first day of school.
No, it was not the first day. It was the first day.
In the first day of school in 9th grade, Emily came out to me. She was the oldest kid. Reminded me of Jeremiah. He looks like him. You would probably like him. So then I look at him and I was like, oh, he's alright, whatever. And then end up
And because me and Daquan were already like going through stuff, there was this whole accusation of him like doing stuff. I was so over it, and I was balling.
The angels I felt in the sky was Sean, and he helped her. He helped us. Like
so yeah, facts. The whole day I was like, I just found it out, and I was just like bawling my eyes out, like I was so freaking like shattered and shit. So I was just crying, and she was like, "Oh, it's okay, like you're gonna be funny."
So basically, that was all the tea from 6th to 9th grade.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Please like, comment, and subscribe to our new channel. We will be posting many challenges on here, many story times that we do have.
Also, I just want to say that all the people that we mentioned, we're like pretty cool now. Like there's no beef. Like don't bring up nothing in the comments. I don't want to hear about it in school about me and Daquan. We're good. We're like
we're all good.
Yeah.
No problems. Like we're hired by people.
Like we're all good.
No, that is so ugly.
I'm sorry. Emmy out.
Okay, finally.
Find a fucking me. I hate you, bitch.
Okay.